welcome to the Music Scout podcast with myself, Lewis Fisher, and welcome to episode 87. Today we have a lot of artists returning to the podcast for being previously played in previous podcast episodes from 2018 or 2017. We've got the likes of Slaughter Beach Dog coming up, DeWolff, Joshua Burnside, as well as a brand new track from BRUTUS, who are coming out with a brand new album this year, and I'm very excited for that. As well as that, we got Parker Millsap starting us off right now, and that's going to be his song with other arrangements.
Honey, don't pencil me in. I ain't a sketch of a friend. Put my name down in pen, 'cause I ain't leaving. Honey, don't count me out. See, I could still make you scream and shout. Got you all figured out. Gonna get you believing. Gonna get you believing. But honey, don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. I've been out here all week. Yeah, I've been hitting the pavement. And if you've got an excuse, oh honey, you can just save it. But honey, don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. That you've made other arrangements. Honey, how could you forget the plans that you and I set? Don't build a wall of regret right here between us. Night that I ain't earned. Seems everything takes some work. Now there ain't nothing of worth that comes out seamless. But honey, don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. I've been out here all week. Yeah, I've been hitting the pavement. And if you've got an excuse, oh honey, you can just save it. But honey, don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. That you've made other arrangements. Don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. Don't you fail me now. Don't wanna live in estrangement. You'll be the bombshell, I'll be the secret agent. But honey, don't you tell me that you've made other arrangements. That you've made other arrangements. That you've made other arrangements.
From his 2018 album, Other Arrangements, that was Parker Millsap with Other Arrangements, and that's a little start to the podcast for you folks. I mean, the editing on this track is just absolutely sublime. You've got that click right at the start of the snare drum where it's hitting the rims, and you're just getting that real wooden feel, that sort of warm, vibrant feel throughout the whole of this track, actually. And Parker Millsap, vocalist, is definitely bringing through some interesting tones to this, with sort of very, very high notes and very low notes as well, and it's just a really nice song. I really enjoy this, and if you go check out the rest of the album, follows this sort of general theme as well. So we're going to move on to the next track, but first off, hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I didn't realise I was so rude. It's snowing here in the Cotswolds, and it's gonna be snowing all night. So I'm hunkered down. I'm recording, so it's good. We've got Mono Club coming up next. This is a song I've been wanting to play for quite some time. I found it right at the very beginning of 2019, so it's been sitting in my playlist for about a month now, waiting to be played. And this is going to be a song called Sky High and Submarine. Do enjoy. Mono Club ringing out there to the second track of episode 87. That was Sky High and Submarine. That was from their album Sky High and Submarine. And there's two artists actually now that we've had that have got these must be the tracks that they've picked as the names of the album. So they clearly are one of the best tracks on the album, but you never know until you listen to the album. So do go listen to Sky High and Submarine by Mono Club, as it is very similar to the rest of this album. Again, it's definitely got a few really good tracks in there. Sour Mash and Best Laid Plans, Over the Moon as well is a really good track. And sort of those subtle tones as well, so really nice layovers as well. Lots of layers and just some exquisite playing as well. The guitarist's work on this is just sublime. So do go check out Mono Club and their album. So we're going to move on to a little bit of a slow song now. We're going to take it down a little bit as if it's been chilled out enough. It's been a relatively chilled out episode at the moment, but we're going to take it down even more for you folks. We're going to take it down even more. And this is going to be Olivia Chaney and her song Arches.
Of a saint-named station where we meet to drink again. Sky above, our situation, statue behind, bears no correlation to now. Impossible and true, I hang from the ceiling. Turn me off or turn me on. Darling, would you let me be light for you? Too much to say, words that fail us, both remain till the rude hands of time summon you away. Silence tries to translate love, night into day, still to motion, to hope. Impossible and true, I wait with feeling. Hold me down or let me go. Darling, but steady where you go, be defenseless. Oh, and steady where you aim, this may be impossible and true, so deep that we are drowning. Tell me, is it yes or is it no?
I thought I'd leave that song till the very last moment there. I think it's just an absolutely fantastic song, and just even that small little details as well, that little knock, or just coming off of the guitar Olivia's just played, and just a beautiful song and beautiful vocals as well. There was a third song on her album Shelter that came out in 2018, and it's got 10 songs on it. It's from None Such Records, which I featured before. None Such Records keep pulling out consistently really good artists, so do go and check their roster out if you would like to go and listen to something similar to Olivia Chaney as well as the other artists on their roster. I've definitely mentioned them more times than probably many record labels that I've mentioned on there before. So we're going to step it up a little bit. We're going to go to Slaughter Beach Dog, who I featured on this podcast before, and from now on we're going to have artists that have been featured on the podcast before coming back for a second time with new songs, maybe from new albums as well, and this is going to be Gold and Green.
Put my best shoes on and meet mother in the kitchen. Follow sister, stomping in the plastic. Empty milk gallon graveyard, recycling rock stars, soldiers of the Lord. Stare out my window at the neighbors at night. Serpentine explanations for why I stayed at a side. Rosemary Robinson, my stars and my sun. Hannah and I in this cemetery, I'll overcome with belief that everything we would eat was good and clean. Spit our seeds. Gonna make this garden grow inch by inch and row by row, row by row. Early winter morning, Bo puts on the coffee, making breakfast gold and green. Gonna make this garden grow inch by inch and row by row, row by row.
Slaughter Beach Dog there with the song Gold and Green from the 2017 album Birdie, and that was from Lame O Records as well. I feel like Slaughter Dog are a band that can always put out a pretty consistent song, and especially with their albums as well, purely through the power of their lyrics. I feel like the lyric writing is very strong, and I definitely thought that the album Birdie was actually featuring Birdie the artist, so I got a little bit excited, and then I was like, oh no, it's just the album title, because on the album cover, it's basically in a garden. There's a patio with a load of stuff in the middle, and then there's a fence at the behind, and it says Birdie, which is written very similar to what her sort of style of font is for her as an artist. And I thought it was a collaboration they'd done with her, but turns out not, but that's fine, don't worry. It's still a really good album, and I would encourage you to go listen to it. So we are now moving on to the double header of music. We've got two artists, DeWolff, who I remember have played a Trump song the last time I played them. Cannot remember it off the top of my head, apologies, but they've definitely played on this podcast before. Maybe we'll get them on the show for a little interview one day, hopefully. And if you haven't checked out, speaking of interviews, haven't checked out the Tom McGuire and the Brass Holes interview, do go and check that out. Tom McGuire and the Brass Holes in general are just a fantastic band. Their album is insane, and do go and check it out if you love everything that is in the world of funk, ladies and gentlemen, and just really good musicianship. The drummer is insane on that record. Like how he's managed to stick, you know, how Tom's, I know they've been friends for years and years, and they've still got that bond, but it's still, you think they move on to bands that maybe might be a bit more successful, even though they've just started with this band, but this band are going to go somewhere. So do check them out whilst they are still small, and still support independent artists as well. So DeWolff are going to be playing Once in a Blue Moon as the first song on the double header of music. So next song, we've got Joshua Burnside, who we've definitely played on this before, and this is going to be his single Northern Winds. This is his latest single. So we're going to have a bit of a bluesy tune and then a bit of an alternative chilled out tune. I'm pretty much just lulling you into this sort of chilled out mood and vibe before Brutus, as you can tell, will just come in and rain terror on you all. And I'm just really looking forward to playing this song, because it starts off really soft, so you think, no, this is just going to be a regular song that just stays as it is and sort of the same vibes and tunes, but no, it kicks in fabulous Brutus fashion, and I'm really looking forward to playing to it. So we're going to hear DeWolff first, and then Joshua Burnside with Northern Winds.
You made me understand I'm but Let the soothing sound of the wind hide your face, hiding from the thunderstorm that sweeps through the street. We're gonna spend the days in a hideaway, wide awake, dialing to the face, moon, stars in the time. Well, the night retreats and the devil time is signed to sleep. A million tiny moths float, flutter and fall, and headlights flow along a dog's dark gums. Way down in the valley, the trees, they creak and groan and whisper with the northern winds. Say, go on home now, go on home. nation.
Joshua Burnside, you just heard there on the double header of music on the Music Scout podcast. That was the track Northern Winds from his EP All Around the Light. A really lovely, fantastic song, and just really building up from the get-go, building up very slowly to then completely changing up the tempo, and also just the instruments that have been used in this song, as well as the vocal tones as well. Everything switches up halfway through this song, and it's definitely one that keeps you engaged the whole way through. Before then, we just heard DeWolff, and that was from the album Thrust with the song Once in a Blue Moon. Bit of a bluesy track, this one. Setting the tone quite nicely for Joshua Burnside with a bit of kick and a bit of power, which then flowed in very nicely with the exceptional guitar work of Joshua Burnside. So thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure once again for episode 87 of The Music Scout. I've been listening a lot to the Music Scout New Jams 2019 playlist that I've got on Spotify, where I essentially put all of my songs on there, which I'm going to use for the upcoming podcast episodes. And just listening through it, it's really diverse. I'm really looking forward to playing all of these songs for you, and you've got a lot more to look forward to in the future. But we're going to be finishing off with BRUTUS. This is a Belgian three-piece that I've seen live supporting Black Foxes. Can you imagine that lineup, folks? BRUTUS and then Black Foxes. That was at the Dome. Tufnell Park Dome, that's it. I was just trying to think of it off the top of my head. Tufnell Park Dome in London. What a special gig that was to see them live. Hopefully going to be going down to The Great Escape this year as well, and BRUTUS are going to be there as well. So fingers crossed I can get an interview with them, because that'd be really cool. And just to get a little bit of insight, because by that time War and the album would be out by then, so I could get a little bit of insight into the album and the creative side, and how they create all these songs with just a three-piece, and how freaking massive it sounds as well. So, but before then, we've got a few plugs to shout out for, including the website for the Music Scout podcast, which is www.themusicscoutpodcast.co.uk. There you will find all of the podcast episodes, including the interviews with all of the tracks that were played in the episode, if you did miss and didn't catch what I said previously. There is also the email address, which is themusicscoutpodcast@gmail.com, and there you can email me with any of your tracks that you'd like to be played on the podcast, as well as if you'd like any interview opportunities as well. I'm always open to them. And then we got the social media pages, which is Twitter and Instagram, which is at The Music Scout, and we got the Twitter page, which is The Music Scout with a little underscore. I would say I'm most active on Twitter, so if you do want to go follow me somewhere, do go follow on Twitter. So thank you very much for joining me. I will leave you in the company of BRUTUS, which are going to be ringing out their tune. It's a brand new one for 2019, new album for 2019 as well. This is War. Enjoy, folks. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Ta-ra!